Now, usually this is Goodfellas podcast, but this is a special live today. I'm G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. Got my main man with me, VP Shane, in the building. What is going on, good brother?
Everything's good, man. What's up?
Let me get the comment out the way real quick before we get started. Mark Ant, he said, "Why is this crap going live?" The better question is, why are you on live with us if you feel that way? Now I'm gonna leave it there. For the people that don't know, Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte purse bid just went down. Frank Warren won the purse bid with $41 million. $41 million.
Biggest purse bid in history.
Biggest purse bid in history. I don't know who Frank Warren robbed. I don't know how many banks he done robbed. But he came up with $41 million for this fight.
I mean, the dude put on a ski mask for this one, bro.
Man, he had on the ski mask and a COVID mask over top of it. Man. Like, God damn. $41 million. My goodness. Adrian in the building. Big shout out to Adrian. Big shout out to you, bro. Hey, man, share this live, man. Share this live, man.
I mean, when I saw that, bro, continue going through the comment. I know Blunt just posted the comment.
BoxingFirstVlog, aka the General, aka Blunt, aka Blunt Bayless. As his name stated, said Mark Ant, you know what to do. You know what I'm saying? The General being the General. But man, listen.
When I heard this, bro, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was shocked. Like, someone asked me today, what do I think of the purse bid? I was like, yeah, Eddie Hearn's gonna win this. But in the back of my mind, I thought, there's a small chance that we might get a situation where a Triller might get involved or something along those natures, like an outsider, just a complete outsider might come with a ridiculous offer. I definitely knew Bob Arum wasn't going to put up major money for this fight, because I know Bob Arum didn't even want to pay Eddie Hearn that much money. I mean, Dillian Whyte that much money. Plus, the fight makes more money in America, in the UK. Bob Arum's America base. So if he was to bring it on ESPN wouldn't really put that much money up for it. So that was in my mind. But the reason why I definitely didn't think Frank Warren was because the last time, in fact, we're going to get to that in a second. So I'm going to tell you why it makes a little bit of sense.
BoxingFirstVlog, Frank Warren hasn't made a big move in a minute. That's why I said, man, like, bro, I said, he went. I think he robbed multiple banks, multiple banks, man.
I mean, he outbidded Eddie Hearn by almost 10 million.
Yeah, it was what, 8 and some change,
nine
and some change.
I mean, what was crazy for me was, but I will say this though, Eddie Hearn went pretty low with his offer, but I know why he went low with his offer, because he was looking to make it off the back end.
Hold on. Don't give it to him yet. Don't give it to him yet. Do not give it to him yet.
Cool.
Hey, man, for the people that's watching, we need for y'all to share this live. We need for y'all to share this live. I am almost for sure that we're the only people that's on live right now talking about this topic. If it is, they just got faster fingers than I do. Like, we need to share this live. Like, usually I'll be like, hit the like button and all that other good stuff. Nah, share this live. Get it out there. Shane, break down to the people why it was somewhat of a smart move for Frank Warren and why the low ball offer is, which is crazy as it sounds, $32 million is a low ball offer. Why did Eddie Hearn go the route that he went?
So the first reason why I say Frank Warren why it was smart for Frank Warren is because almost all the big fights in the UK are being put on by Eddie Hearn. Like, Eddie Hearn brought out a schedule that you can't compete with, and his pay-per-view numbers, well, since he's signed with DAZN, he's basically done all the fights that were normally supposed to be on pay-per-view. He's just been given out for free or monthly subscription. So really, not only are you getting your American DAZN fights, you're getting the UK fights, which will normally be on pay-per-view for $8 a month. So that's basically the thing. What was even crazier is, if anyone knows, the Zone they've literally proposed a bid of 800 million to buy BT Sports. That is the company that distributes Frank Warren's how can I say, Frank Warren's, just like ESPN is for Bob Arum,
Yeah.
Showtime and Fox for Al Heyman. BT Sports is for Frank Warren. But
Right.
the Zone are trying to buy that company. So it's almost a case of, let's put this last big push out just in an attempt to maybe potentially get more money out of them, and also increase their stock, like their pulling power. If I got the biggest fight in UK history, and for those who don't know, this will be the biggest fight in UK history, hands down. Like, it's going to do more pay-per-view buys than any other fight that's ever happened in the UK. It's going to do more pay-per-view buys. It's going to do 90,000 in a stadium. The numbers are crazy. So to attach your name to that, and to attach your name to that, I mean, Frank Warren's literally just played a chess move. Now, how he got the money, only God knows. That's the part I don't. I mean, it's genius to do it, but it's just like it would be genius for it would be genius for Fury versus White to be on G5 TV if he could pull that off. But at the end of the day, you need to have the money to pull it off. Where he got it from, I don't know.
Listen, I'm just mad he didn't call me. Like I wanted him to call me so I could be a part of the heist. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, because bro, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, I've gone to a few Frank Warren shows, so I've seen how they're not high budget. Let's put it that way. They do have some good fights. Obviously, got the Bois, Joe Joyce, Anthony Yard, but they don't have
they don't have that Eddie Hearn flair to it.
Yeah, and they don't have like an AJ or Dillian Whyte, someone who does mega numbers. Not to mention the fact that Tyson Fury hasn't done a pay-per-view in the UK. He hasn't headlined his own pay-per-view in the UK ever. So when you look at it like that, Frank Warren is in a situation where he's almost taking a gamble. When I mean taking a gamble, I mean putting up wherever he got the money from, because he hasn't made money. He hasn't made that kind of money in years. So how he got that money, I don't know.
Can I throw a scenario your way? You tell me whether it's plausible or not. And I really don't know. I'm just shooting off the hip with this one. Do you think Bob Arum contributed anything to this behind the scenes?
Personally, I think like that there's a chance, because the reason why I say there's a chance is because Frank Warren doesn't have an American distribution. You see my point? So, and from what I know, Bob Arum didn't make a bid.
Right. That's why I asked.
You see my point?
That's why I asked.
It's like, well, this is what we can. It's like Frank Warren's gone, well, we can generate 30 million from the UK. How much can you generate from America? So if he just sells the rights to America, to ESPN, that's the deal right there. But at the end of the day, the lump sum of the money, the front end of the money has to come from what's it called? Frank Warren. At the end of the day, bro, Jeff, it's one of the easiest things to do. Like, if me and you know that in 3 months' time, we're gonna make 50 grand. If we put up 5 grand, we're gonna put 5 grand up. Trust me, this money, 41 million is gonna be easily made back. It's gonna be made back.
YSM in the building, man. Big shout out to YSM Sports Media. He said earn with Hearn. I like that slogan. That belong on the shirt. Willie G in the building said, what's up, fellas? What's up with you, good brother? English guy in the building. What is going on, good brother? He said, could it be someone else backing it? Saudi money.
The reason why I can't see that is because Saudi only back fights that's in Saudi. The reason why Saudi was putting up the step aside money for Dillian Whyte and Dillian Whyte and AJ was because the undisputed fight would have been in Saudi. This is gonna be in the UK. Frank Warren has already said he's always gonna put it in. He wants to put it in a stadium called Old Trafford, which is where Manchester United plays, the biggest football club in the the
Mm-hmm.
country, they have 75,000 there. So it's also Tyson Fury's home city. So I mean that's where
That's
he's gonna
probably
put
where
it.
it's going.
That's the 75,000 easy. That's 75,000 easy,
Is
extremely
there a
easy.
state? Is there a stadium big? I'm assuming the stadium's bigger than that.
Well, you got the one in Cardiff which is 80, and you got Wembley which is 90, but then you can add another 5, so 95.
Okay. Okay.
Any stadium they put in, it sells out, and it does 2 million pay-per-view buys easily.
Okay. Uh, YSM said you know where the bread came from,
I
Shane.
don't, I don't know where the bread came from, because I could speculate and say some of it came from Bob Arum, but Bob Arum can't put up a purse. What you gotta understand, bro, is this is the record-breaking purse bid. At the end of the day, money has to. The reason why I say it doesn't make sense, bro, is because Dillian Whyte's getting paid 8.5 million. They didn't want to pay Dillian Whyte 10 million, so I doubt Dillian Whyte will be quabbling over 1.5 million, especially when Eddie Hearn didn't even bid enough for Dillian Whyte to get 10 million in the first place. You see my point? Because if
That's
that was the case, they would have just given him 8.5 in the first place. You see
that's
my point?
why I was so confident that Eddie Hearn was gonna win the purse bid, just off of simple mathematics. Because I'm like, 20% wasn't gonna work, so that was 5.5, correct?
Yeah.
So you have to put up a bid where it's gonna get above 5.5. So we were talking off camera. We was just like, yo, he has to be bidding. He's had to be bidding at least 50.
He's getting
At least 50.
it don't make sense, because Dylan White wanted $10 million, or was it $10 million? Right? He wanted
He wanted
$10 million.
10. He wanted
He
10.
got 8.5 million pounds. 8.5 million pounds is about $12 million. So what doesn't make sense to me is, if you didn't want to pay him 10 million if you why would you wait and take it to a purse bid where you end up paying him more than what he was asking for? That's what don't
Correct.
make sense to me.
That's what doesn't make sense. That's where it almost seemed like it was a backdoor deal somewhere or somebody reneged. That's the vibe I get. Like just something. I think it might have been one of them backroom deals, handshake deals. All right, we're gonna do this, and somebody just ain't follow the script because it don't make sense. It doesn't make math sense to me.
Yeah.
Like if I know I'm gonna give you $100, I'm not gonna let you take me to court. I'm not gonna let you take me to court, and then I gotta pay you 150. Like
Yeah.
it don't make any
It don't
sense.
make sense. And before we get to the comments, bro, I do think there's a chance it could have been a Don King move. If for those who don't know, Don King got the Thriller in Manila by offering money that he didn't have, and just by paying percentages. So for example, he offered Muhammad Ali 5 million and George Foreman 5 million. He didn't have 5 million, but what he done was he had already sold it to someone else, knowing that he was going to make money. And Frank Warren could have put that money up, knowing that he's going to make that money back, because 41 million, he's going to make that back easily. He's going to make that back tenfold, because it's going to do 40 million in pay-per-view buys, bro. It's going to do 40 million in pay-per-view buys. So he could have just fronted up the percentage and bidded 40 million, knowing he's going to make the money back. You see my point?
Right. Let me get in the comments real quick, man. Willie G said Bob is pulling on the strings. Kiki in the building said,
I don't agree with
listening.
that, by the way. I don't agree with that.
Kiki said listening and working.
Respect.
Appreciate you, Kiki, for real. Dwayne Sewell, what's going on? What's going on, good brother? Boxing First Vlog. How do you all think the fight does?
How
much? He said how much.
I'll talk
we'll
about
get into that in a second. English guy. That was my next question. If he said it's UK, I'm glad it should be.
Frank Warren said that from the start.
He said, I thought gypsies didn't have a home.
Well, that's where he was born. But
that's where he was born, yeah. That's funny. English guy, nah, Man United ain't a big team.
Don't disrespect my team, bro. We ain't doing so good on the pick, but we are the biggest team in terms of it. We actually generate more money, and fan base wise, we're the biggest club in the country. That's a fact. We're the biggest club. But right now, we're not doing so good. But we got 2 wins on the bounce, so respect my team.
Oh man, English guy, Old Trafford must be
That's our
front
home.
runner.
That's our home stadium. That's the 75,000 stadium. It has to be the front one
75,000.
because it's gonna do 75,000 easy.
Wyatt some said my guess is Danny Boy put some of the money up.
Potentially, and the reason why that makes sense is because he makes money because he manages Tyson Fury, so he's gonna make it back on the back end anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that could be the case.
That could be the case. Dwayne Sewell, yes. YSM, I agree. That's probably the most logical scenario. Be real. What's going on, good brother?
Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button.
Absolutely. He said you only have to put down 10%.
That's my point.
True. That's the point.
So if he only has to put down 4 million and then pay the 90% on the back end, he can wait until the fight's over. If I'm putting down 4 million and I know I'm going to make 20 million off my own purse, plus I'm getting percentage for actually being the promoter, you get 20% if you're the promoter, bro. And the purse is that big, he knows that could be the case as well. He could have just overbid it. But I'll talk about why Eddie Hearn got the
we're gonna get into that in a second. The thing that's funny, I'm like, listen, I'm gonna get this out of the way now. Frank Warren, if you plan on robbing in any more, financial institutions, hit your boy up, man. I'm with it. I already got the hat on.
Ski mask.
Yeah, ski mask. I got a hoodie in the closet.
And the funniest thing, I know people personally. Like
we can do this.
I know people who work for Queensbury Promotions. I know people who work for them, and I have worked for them personally as well. And bro, I'm telling you,
we gotta get somebody. We gotta get somebody from there on the show, man. We got questions.
I mean, I can't believe it, bro. I can't believe it. Like I was like so shocked. Like I can't believe it, bro. BT Sports haven't been a player in a while. It's kind of like HBO winning a not so much HBO, but
no, that's a good one. That's a good one.
You see my point?
Yeah. Searching for UFOs. I know you real and new.
Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button,
bro.
Hit
the like button, subscribe button. He said, nah, bro, Liverpool, Scousers unite.
That's where Tony Bailey's from. So Liverpool and Manchester hate each other.
XX in the building said,
hit the
let's
like
go.
Button, hit the subscribe button.
Subscribe to the channel, man. Searching for UFOs. He said Anfield. What's Anfield?
Anfield is where Liverpool play home.
Where Liverpool plays.
But their one's only 50,000.
Okay, all right, but that's light. That's light. UFO. You gotta keep searching, baby. You searching for UFOs. You need to search for bigger stadiums. XX. Do you think Fury switches to his more boxing and moving style, or will he?
We'll get into that as well. That's a good point. That's a real good point.
Like he did Wilder.
That's a real good point.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into that in a second. I want to attack that too. Be real. Eddie didn't think Whyte worth more than $6 million and never would pay Tyson $24 million. But for this fight, to build up Old Rafford, it will make money.
But I'll after Dwayne's comment, I'll explain why what you said is why Eddie Hearn. I can justify why Eddie Hearn made that.
Yeah, I want you to get into that in a second. Dwayne Sewell is gonna have to be a May summer fight if they fight at Old Trafford because the stadium will not be available.
No, it will be because even though it's during the season, remember AJ's last fight was during the season as well. They just do it when United are playing away. When they're playing away.
Yeah, when they're playing an away game,
because
they can get it in.
AJ's last game was in October. Last fight was in October in the Tottenham Stadium. So they could just wait until they play in an away game.
And they do that here in the States too.
Plus, Old Trafford is a stadium where, like, they want that fight. I guarantee you, like Frank Warren's spoken about doing a fight there before. So I guarantee you, the fact that he's won this first bid, bro, he's gone through some planning. And if you think about it, he hasn't once spoke about the fight going into first bids, which means he's kind of been a bit quiet about it.
Yeah, I guess that's the reason why he ain't called me. So that's fine. But Shane, I actually want you to get into why the 32 million in a sense was shocking from a number standpoint, but at the same time, the actual bid kind of makes sense. Can you explain that on both ends, please?
So 20% of 32 million is about 6 million. That's how much Dillian, maybe 6.5 million. He's got, and Tyson Fury would have got what? What did the dude say? I can't remember. He said 24 million. So if
24,
you got,
yeah.
or 24.5 million. The reason why he did that was because if I bid 24 million for the fight, if I bid 32 million for the fight generates 50 million or it generates 55 million, because that's where the fight's probably going to generate that amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
Both Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn would have known how much money the fight would have probably generated in terms of a ballpark figure. So they're looking at how much money is there going to be to pay on the back end. If Eddie Hearn gives Tyson Fury 24.5 million, he can cut Dillian Whyte's purse low on the front end and give him money on the back end where Dillian Whyte is still getting that 10 million. But what that means is Eddie Hearn's cutting more of a pie, because if he got the bid for 32 million, there would have been about 15 million to spare. You give Dillian Whyte an extra 4 million, that rest of that money is yours. You see my point? Now, by you bidding what Frank Warren's bidded, it's almost a case of the back end money is all mine. Does that make sense? Like, that's how he's gone with it. So Eddie Hearn's probably tried to do it from a perspective where if I bid low, for example, I could pay Dillian Whyte his money on the back end.
Do you honestly think Eddie Hearn was really just blindsided? Because I mean, going into it, I didn't think anybody was going to outbid Eddie. Dude, what you think?
I mean, personally, it's almost a case of complacency. You know, Frank Warren has never been in a situation where he could even financially stand up to Eddie Hearn. It's like almost a case of, imagine Isaac Cruz Gonzalez trying to financially stand up to Tank and the money machine that's behind Mayweather. Like, in your mind, you're thinking there's no way. So he's probably tried to overplay his hand a bit. But even with that being said, I do think Frank Warren's pulled out all the stops. Bro, 41 million purse bid, bro, is a ridiculous amount of money. Like, ridiculous amount of money. A 41 million purse bid. Like, that is more money than anyone would have anticipated. Anyone.
You know the thing that's crazy about that number? That's pretty much the same number Al paid Canelo.
Yeah.
For Caleb Plant. That's crazy. That's crazy. So let me get in the comments real quick, man. Be Real said he will fight him like he fought Chisora the second time over. Tyson Chisora too. I mean,
I want to get into that later.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that in a minute. Let me run through these real quick. The game's changed. Big shout
hit
out.
Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button.
Yes, indeed. Spurs Stadium has a roof. Old Trafford doesn't.
That's true. That is true.
How many do Spurs Stadium hold?
60,000. But
is that roof worth it for that?
I mean, what he's saying is it might rain. But even with that being said, it's a case, it might rain, but at the end of the day, it might rain in the summer. You see my point? So
well,
it might rain in the summer, bro.
They used to have like canopies and stuff over the ring, like if it was fights like in California or in like Florida or something like that. Like even if it was raining in the crowd. Matter of fact, it started raining during AJ Ruiz too.
Yeah, I mean,
it started raining. They had a canopy over the ring.
There's no that for that much money, it doesn't matter, because you can't anticipate or try to do it in the summer or anything, because at the end of the day, there's a time limit where the fight has to take place or has to be announced. And also, you can't do that in England because it rains anyway. It rains in the summer or winter regardless. So like we've had fights in open stadiums where there's no roof, bro. There was a fight in Sheffield when Errol Spence fought Kell Brook. That was in Sheffield Stadium. There's no roof there. So it is what it is, bro.
Searching for UFOs said LOL, no roofs in Manchester.
Yeah, don't mean anything. Don't mean anything.
Okay, fair enough. And that's news for guys like myself here in the States. We really don't know what's going on. So this is good stuff here. English guy, I might be wrong, but last fight I remember at Old Trafford was one of the Eubank versus Ben fights.
I mean, that's a historic thing in
Yeah,
itself.
you know that's
That's
one of my
historic.
that's
Yeah,
one of my favorite rivalries.
yeah.
L Dub said, "What's going on?" L Dub, the plug, man. Big shout out to you for what you do. Be real. Eddie loses purse bids all the time. It's not a big thing, just sensible bidding. He's
He,
not desperate anymore.
he loses purse bids all the time because he has so much fighters. He don't lose big purse bids. He rarely loses big purse bids.
That's the key.
Especially with one of his main fighters.
Yeah, he
Like you
don't
rarely
lose big
even see
ones.
him go to purse bids with his main. Dillian Whyte is one of his main fighters. Plus, Eddie Hearn he wanted it to go purse bids. It was almost like, please let it go purse bid. He was begging for it to go purse bid. So
yeah, be real. I hear what you're saying, but it's the big fights that he don't lose. He don't lose the big purse bids. L Dub, something worth noting, White has to still agree on the 80-20 split with he said will net White over 8 million.
the reason why it don't matter, and LW, the reason why it don't matter is because it's not 8 million, it's 8.5, and it's 1.5 million that you're going to miss out on. The reason why I personally say it doesn't matter is because in the way the bid has gone, Dillian Whyte don't have to worry about anything. That 8.5 million, he wanted 10 million, you're 1.5 million off. Okay, that's fine. But at the same time, you have to look at it. It's a world title shot. You're not always going to get what you want. And he has no options at this point.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, because even 20% of 41 million is 8.2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's 8.2 million.
it's
So
8 mil. It's 8 mil. Break your boy off a little something, man. We use a little something over here, Dillian, for sure. Dwayne Sewell, I had a feeling that Eddie may not win the purse bid because he was speaking about not wanting to give Fury 80% of the money, so he wasn't gonna go all out.
yeah,
What you think about that?
but he didn't have to go all out because at the end of the day, he can go and bid whatever he wants to bid. It's about what Dillian Whyte gets on the back end. If me and Dillian, if Jeff and a stranger that I don't know has a fight, I'll go, Jeff, this dude's only gonna accept this amount of money. I'm gonna give this dude this amount of money, and on the surface, I'll only give you, let's say, 20%. But when I get my get back, I'll give you another 20% on top of it. You see my point? So at the end of the day, it doesn't make a difference. Like I can bid low or I can bid high. It's all about backing money. Al Heyman does it all the time, bro. He does it all the time.
Dwayne Sewell, and I want to put this out there too. 32 is a big ass number, bro. That's a big ass number.
Frank just went all out, bro. He just went all
that
out.
is a huge number. Like even for the fact that somebody bid 32 million and you said that he didn't go all out, nobody can say Eddie Hearn is broke. Let's get that out the way.
You know how much
Let's get that out the way.
You know how much money, bro. This I don't know if Americans understand. This for Brits, bro. This is the biggest fight in my life. I can tell you that for free. Biggest fight, bro. I don't know. People have to wrap their head around this. George Groves and Carl Froch, who are not as big as neither of those dudes, done 80,000. 80,000 seats were sold. Joseph Parker and AJ done 1.8 million pay-per-view buys. These two dudes are, bro, this is the biggest fight in British boxing history. Biggest fight in British boxing history. Trust me. So the purse bids that you see is the biggest purse bid ever in boxing history. Like, that's something to put on your resume for the rest of your life, bro. So Frank Rowan's he's come out the casket because I don't know where he done that.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Crazy. L Dub said, "What's good? What's good with you, bro?" Brendan Smith, what's going on with you? He said, "I'm happy for Fury."
I'm happy the fight's happening.
I'm just happy the fight's happening. So Brendan said, "I'm looking forward to tomorrow's fights." Yeah. I mean, this is definitely gonna probably overshadow it, but that's cool. The hardcores is gonna be there regardless.
That's if the fight even happen, because I don't trust any Don King card until the card starts, bro.
Absolutely. Be real. Frank Warren did Chisora, and it was raining.
Exactly. I think that was at West Ham Stadium as well.
He said UFO said Liverpool wins again.
Well, you need to, you know what you need to do? You need to tell that to those Liverpool fighters that keep losing. Like the Smith brothers, Tony Benn.
don't be talking about the Smith brothers. Blunder coming here swinging. You know, Beefy is his guy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's a fact.
Brennan Smith, who you got tomorrow? I got Makabu losing tomorrow.
You got Makabu losing.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Yep.
But I can see that. I can see Makabu losing on like all. I mean, the first fight was a close fight.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
I can see this. I can see
The
a way in
odds are
which
pretty much even. Odds are pretty
I
much
mean,
even too.
Machunu does have the bigger win. Like obviously he had beaten Dennis Lebedev, but when you look at
Yes.
the track record of Makabu and the dudes he's beaten recently, I kind of give the edge to him, but it's a 50-50 fight.
Absolutely. Absolutely. English guy, that's
Yeah,
true. Upton Park wasn't
that's
it?
West Ham Stadium. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
the old stadium.
The game's changed. Is your boy from Birmingham or London?
London,
He's
North
from
London to
London,
be exact.
North
North London.
London. Don't you tell? Can't you tell by the hoodie? North London. That hoodie says North London all day. Be real. Dillian is not under contract, so he won't go as far as he would in a purse bid if he was. It's an investment with no guarantee he will stay on.
Nah, bro. The reason why that works with other people, the reason why that doesn't work with Dylan is because Eddie Hearn, Eddie Hearn has had a long-term deal with they have never had a long-term deal with Dillian Whyte. It's always been fight by fight, but just based on the rapport that they have. But I'll give you guys an example, and Jeff will remember this example. Do you remember when Eddie Hearn lost the purse bid for Pulev versus Dillian Whyte?
Mm-hmm.
The, re-
Yep.
the reason why he went low ball again in that fight was the same thing that we're talking about. He wasn't happy with the split that Dillian Whyte was getting, and he wanted to give Dillian Whyte money on the back end. So it's all about when your dude is the B fighter, you don't wanna go low, but you wanna go in a way where you got room for money, so you can almost top up your fighter on the back end.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I agree with that. Hold on a second. B Real said LOL out of the casket. Yeah, he
Yeah,
definitely
bro.
hopped.
This
He
dude
hopped
came
out
out the
like
casket, bro. I
he
don't know
hopped
where
out like
Frank Warren came from, bro.
yeah, he
He's an
hopped out.
Undertaker.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I was gonna say he hopped out like the Undertaker. My God, Ricky Williams in the building, man.
Shout
Peace to
out
the
to you,
guys,
bro.
man. Peace to you, bro. Say smash that like button. I agree with him 100%, man. Smash that like button. Brennan Smith, I was talking about ESPN's card.
Who's on that card?
ESPN. Let me think. My guy Milton's on that card. My guy Milton is on that card.
Who's headlining?
I gotta look it up.
Because I can't remember the dates. I know ESPN dropped a schedule. I just can't remember the dates for these fights.
I got it. Give me a second. Cause I want to see now. I want to run down the whole card. Brendan Smith, I appreciate that. Now I gotta run down the whole card.
Let me read the
Down the
next
cards
comment
and
while
all
you're doing
that.
that.
Go ahead.
32 million wasn't all out from Eddie in this fight because everybody has been saying that this fight is easy 30 million fight. So he knew that he may not win the bid with 32 million. I get you. But at the same time, he might have just thought that I think he overplayed his hand, you know. I felt like he looked at it from a perspective of no one can bid anywhere near me, so I'm just gonna bid what I can. And I just feel like he was surprised by how big Frank Warren bidded. It wasn't even the fact that 32 million was low. I just think Frank Warren just went all out, all gun blazing. That's what I think.
Yeah, for sure, man. XX said great content, guys. Subscribe, man.
You need to go sign
Respect
up to
that,
the
man.
fantasy league as well, bro.
Yeah,
We
man.
got a fantasy league, bro.
Sign up to the fantasy league, man. G5JeffTV.com. Click on take your pick. We're gonna be uploading all of the fights for next week
Next week.
on there.
Make
Whoever
your
gets them,
predictions. You can win $550. Free to play
yeah,
as well.
yeah. Well, that's on the back end, but on the front end, February 5th, whoever wins has the most predictions out of all the fights is on the card, man, gets $1.25 from me, Cash App. You make $1.25, just showcasing your boxing skills, prediction skills on February 5th. But Double X, appreciate you. Ricky Williams got a word from a bird. Martin versus Javier Fortuna on Spence versus Ugas card.
Fair enough.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I hope the birdie right though. I hope the birdie right.
Yeah,
Frank
yeah,
Martin. I know you
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about. I know you
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about. Yeah. Toshi in the building. Hold on, real quick. Toshi did not know that he personally helped us go viral like last week. Toshi, you made a statement about Shakur Stevenson that Shakur didn't like. So he made a comment about you and reposted it on Twitter and it did 10,000.
He was
So
talking about you
he was
specifically,
talking
Toby.
about you
Shakur
specifically.
Stevenson was talking about you specifically,
Yeah,
Toby.
we just so happened to be the channel that aired your comment. But but we appreciate you for that, man, for sure. He said, "What do you prefer, Fury versus Usyk or Fury versus White?"
I'm always
I'll let
gonna go
Shane take that
undisputed.
one. Yeah, I'll let Shane take that.
I do want to say this though. We're gonna someone XX asked a question about who I think wins or how I think the fight goes.
We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that in a second. Go ahead, Shane.
Great content, guys. Subscribe.
Hold on. Let me get at that, Shane. He said, "What do
Oh
you
my
prefer,
bad.
a Fury?"
Sorry.
No, you good. What do you prefer, a Fury Usyk or a Fury White? Me personally, I usually go with undisputed. Not in this case though. I think this fight gonna be hella entertaining. Should be a lot of trash talking going into the fight. Just from an entertainment value, I'm gonna take White over
That's a
Usyk.
fact.
But of course, for the hardcore nerds out there, of course you're gonna say Fury, Usyk. But if Fury don't fight a technical fight then against Usyk, then that fight looks no different than any other of these fights. To be honest with you,
That's a fact.
it may not be a chess match. Great content, guys. Subscribe. Last question. No sitting on the fence. If White catches Fury with the left hook clean like Chisora, is Fury going to sleep? Nah, he's not
I
going to
mean, he's
sleep.
not going. He might go down.
He definitely
He's
going
gonna
down.
go down.
He's definitely
He's
going
going
down.
down. But they don't think he's gonna go sleep.
Yeah. Searching for UFOs. I support Dillian. Fury is a monk.
Mank. He's a Mank.
Mank. What's a
Yeah.
mank? What's a
Radio from
mank?
Manchester. He's from
Oh,
Liverpool. Searching for
you taking
UFOs is from
shots. You
Liverpool.
taking shots. You taking
Liverpool and
shots.
Manchester hate each other. It's
That
like
is
I
funny.
don't even know, like East Coast, West Coast kind of thing.
That's like 50 Cent Ja Rule, man. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Toshi said Colbert is fighting this weekend too. No, he not. Is he fighting this weekend? No, that's February. You talking about Chris Colbert? That's February
I
26th,
thought
man.
he was fighting in
I think
February.
that's February. I think that's
What's a
February, bro.
WBA regular title, right?
Yeah, it's February, bro. Now the card, the ESPN card is Robson versus Xavier Martinez. Jeremiah Milton, he had one of the knockouts of the year last year. Who else is on that card? Blunt favorite fighter Nico Walsh is fighting. This card is it's okay. It's okay. Giovanni Cabrera versus Rafael Reyes.
It's a
Pink Titan.
standard card. It's a standard.
It's a solid, solid card.
I want to
And
address Ricky Williams' comment so bad, bro.
okay,
So
let me
bad.
get to it. No heavyweight can beat this version of Fury, in my humble opinion. Go.
Firstly, I don't think any fighter is unbeatable. Not even third. I think any fighter on their day can lose. We uh, Tyson Fury has been in so much tough fights, so many fights where he could have lost. For me to then label him unbeatable, like you said, can beat him. You didn't say will. So if is there a fighter that can beat Tyson Fury? Well, of course, because Cunningham could have beat Fury, Otto Wallen could have beat Fury, Deontay Wilder could have beat Fury twice. So obviously they can beat Fury. I don't think any heavyweight's favorite against Fury. But in terms of being able to beat him, like in a one-on-one fight, like of course, I don't think Tyson Fury is good enough to. I don't think Tyson Fury is good enough to say he's unbeatable. Like no one can beat him.
Okay. Let me get in on that. If anybody's gonna beat Fury, it would be probably Usyk. And even if he beats him, he's gonna have to really pitch a masterpiece to beat him. I'm not I don't want to say he said no heavyweight can beat this
Can.
version of
That's the most
Fury. No
important thing. He didn't
heavyweight
say
can.
will. He didn't say will.
I
He said can. There's many
I
heavyweights that
will
can beat Fury.
Ricky, I will remix your actual comment. I would say no heavyweight will be favored against this version of Fury. I feel more comfortable saying that. But in the heavyweight division, anything happen.
And
Um,
and in terms of this fact, because heard someone bring it up. I don't know who said it was
but
a brilliant comment. It
he
was
cleaned it
about
up. He cleaned it up. He cleaned it up. Brendan, what's going on with you, player? Laughing. Ricky Williams said this crop at this time, no. Then he also said not beatable God, just these available. You feel me? I feel that. I feel that.
so someone said, I'm trying to find who said it. If you're still in the chat, please repost it. But you said if the will Tyson Fury go back to his moving style. So this is
Oh, that
where it
was
comes.
further up. That was
Yeah, this
further
is
up.
where it comes down to where I'm gonna attack Ricky Williams' comment like intimately or like intricately. Sorry, not intimately, intricately. When I don't know why I said that.
Man, I don't even want to know what you was doing earlier with
Yeah. So the reason why I said is because if Tyson Fury fights the style that he fought Dillian Whyte, I mean
right,
Deontay Wilder,
right.
I will personally say it's a 55-45 fight in Deontay Wilder in Fury's favor.
Yeah.
On the inside, thank you very much, Ricky Williams. Pause. But yeah, in my personal opinion, on the inside, there's no inside fighter that I believe can comfortably just get the better of Dillian Whyte just like that. Especially lastly, Tyson Fury. Offensively, Tyson Fury is nowhere near as coordinated offensively as Dillian Whyte is in the pocket. The combinations, the misdirection, the catch and counters, the hand skills, literally he does nothing offensively that's on the level of Tyson Fury. Um, even even defensively, Dillian Whyte's hand skills is just significantly better than Tyson Fury's. Like Dillian Whyte actually deploys a proper high guard. Tyson Fury relies a lot on herky jerky head movement and size. With that being said, Tyson Fury has a massive advantage, not just size, and that is the fact that his footwork is significantly better than Dillian Whyte's. So to address that comment, if Tyson Fury fights like how he fought Chisora and boxes off the back foot, he wins 10 rounds to 2. If he and Dillian Whyte has a 15% chance of winning. If Tyson Fury decides to stay in the pocket and trade with Dillian Whyte and literally box going forward like he done against Deontay Wilder and stay up close, keep that fight up close, it's a 55-45 fight in Tyson Fury's favor. It's real close. What I will say is, in defense of Dillian Whyte, is when was the last time we saw Tyson Fury fight off the back foot? We have to go back to Deontay Wilder 1. He didn't fight off the back foot against Schwartz. He didn't fight off the back foot against Wallin. He didn't get off the back foot in the second Wilder fight. And he didn't fight off the back foot in the third Wilder fight. And Javon Sugar Hill trains front foot fighters. He doesn't train footwork. So in my opinion, that's why it's so entertaining, because Tyson Fury can win this fight real easy. You can just box off the back foot, almost the way we talk about with Terence Crawford. Use the Victor Postal style, just run around the ring, 12 rounds to 2. But there's a chance that he comes forward and tries to trade, and that's when it makes it entertaining, because 55 foot, anyone that goes in the fight in the ring and tries to battle offensive, their offense versus Dillian Whyte's offense, they're gonna come off second best. Trust me.
I think with Fury, I think he had a point in his career. I don't think he's gonna make things easy on himself. I think he's an entertainer and a showman first. So you're more likely to see the Fury of Wilder Fury 3 versus Wilder Fury 1. I just think he's just at an age now where I don't even think he wants to be disciplined enough to actually go 12 rounds off the back foot, head movement, jab, this, that, and the third. And I always said that Tyson Fury's offense is really not that good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's really that good offensively. I just think he kind of
He's just real
mesmerizes
big,
people with his really what he
overwhelming
can
size.
do, what he can do with his size, at his size, is what's most impressive. And it seems like fighters, they succumb to that at some point during the fight, whether it's mid rounds or late. Very
Dylan
few
isn't
guys.
that dude though. That's why I love this fight. Dylan isn't
Well,
that dude.
yeah, Dillian, but see, Dillian is like, when he got knocked out by Povetkin, he fought the next fight. Even though he got the stoppage, there was certain things he was doing inside of the ring that was a little different than usual Dillian. So when these two get into the ring, I'm not gonna see the typical Fury. I'm not gonna see the typical Dillian Whyte. So it's both of them are gonna be going in with a blank canvas. And I'm talking, I'm talking defensively.
Mhm.
Talking defensively. I think these guys are gonna try to be a little more defensively responsible than usual. Not because of this, only because of the stakes, but the threat of the other guy. So I'm really looking forward to it. Brendan Smith Robinson is fighting on ESPN card after getting robbed in his last
Yeah,
fight. That's hey Brendan, that's a solid ESPN card, solid card. Fury versus White fight and build up is going to be crazy. Start getting the
oh,
popcorn ready. That's going to
bro,
be
this build up is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be one of the best press conferences of all time.
yeah,
I'm hoping I'm hoping I can get into that press conference. I'm gonna pull
yeah.
all the strings to get into that press
Yeah,
conference.
that is gonna be insane. You know what? To be honest with you, that's one of the main reasons why I prefer this fight over the Usyk fight. I know it's crazy. That's crazy to say that, but that's how I feel. Brendan said, "What's good? What's good with you, bro?" English guy said, "Big John McDermott already took Fury's
I
O."
always talk about that fight as well.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
one ever
yeah,
brings
yeah.
that fight up.
Nobody. Brendan. He said, "Fam, Spence Crawford. What I want to see.
Everybody
Everybody
wants to see
want.
that fight.
Everybody want to see that, bro. I'd pay for that. Yeah, I pay it. Listen, I got $100 bill for that." Ricky Williams said, "Pause." Dwayne Sewell fired. Fire for that talk, Shane. Burt Wood. Shane, did you agree with the scorecard for Usyk versus Bradis?
I actually thought
114.
Brady's won. I
Yeah,
thought Brady's won.
114, 114, 115, 113, twice for Usyk. It's not AJ. Bradis was the toughest opponent,
Oh,
says
but
Usyk's my fight of the year.
everybody knows that. I thought Brady's won that fight. I'll keep it all the way 100. I thought Brady's won.
Man, hold on. Let me roll out the red carpet for my guy. Um, Boxing First Vlog, aka the General, aka Blunt Bayless in the building. Bro, it sounded like you were literally running on the highway.
Nigga, you know me. I stay mobbing. I'm doing about 90. You know what I mean? You know how we do. But I just wanted to chime in, man. Tell y'all great show, Jeff, man. You know what I mean? You on your L-Dub side. You trying to plug the people with the information, man. And y'all just having a great chat, man. That's really what I wanted to say, man. I'm sorry I missed it, but you know I'm out here trying to earn $1 and shit, keep the
Well,
roof over my head.
I'm not getting no shout out, bro. It's just Jeff. No shout out for me, bro.
No,
Yeah,
I said
Shane.
y'all, my dude. I said y'all having
Yeah,
a
but
great
you
chat.
said Jeff specifically. Name drop, bro.
Okay, okay, okay. I owe you. You know, Shane
Yeah,
on top of it. He, you know what I mean. It's just VD Shane, man. Y'all know what it is. He got the info. He just be sharing it in his own way.
yeah, for sure, for
But what's
sure.
good though, man? What part of the chat y'all in, bro? I was missing a
Um,
little bit. Where y'all
we
at on the
Style,
convo?
style.
Yeah, I mean, just breaking down Fury and Dillian White fight from a style perspective. What you think, bro?
I got a question. I just got a
Yes.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Does Tyson Fury have Povetkin power?
Of course not.
No, no,
Neither
no,
does he have
So
Povetkin delivery. He does not deliver punches as clean and crisp as
no.
Povetkin.
That's a solid no.
okay, so that means we shouldn't. We should give Fury the edge for size and just ability to take damage. Like, does he? Who has the edge then? If there's no like one punch powered sort of guy in this fight, like
I mean, Dylan has
normally we.
more one punch power, but Tyson Fury is technically better than Dylan White. He can box off the back foot. But you brought up a good point of size because if Tyson Fury weighs in heavy, like 270, 280, he won't be able to move around the ring as briskly as he used to be able to do. But then if he weighs in at 250, 260, the weight advantage is only like 15 pounds. So where do you go? Do you go for weight advantage, or do you go for movement? What do you
I'm
do?
calling it. I'm calling it now. He coming in 275.
Well, that means he ain't running. He ain't gonna run. You ain't
He
running at
coming
275,
275.
bro.
I put some bread on that too. 275.
He ain't gonna run. If you're coming at 275, bro, you ain't running.
What you think, Luck?
I think he might drop weight, bro, because the way the condition, training tapes he's been putting up, he's been kind of looking like he's in the weight cutting. Because you doing that, banging that ball on your rib side, you in big heavy clothes boxing. So I think he's actually training downwards in weight so he can move on a guy that's kind
I
of
agree with
not as
Blunt.
fluid in Dillian, huh?
I agree with Blunt because I think it's a death trap trying to go. Like you're giving a dude a chance that doesn't deserve a chance by trying to trade. If you go 275, that means you're going to try and stay in the pocket with Dillian Whyte. Why would you do that when you can just box?
Yeah, let me get in these comments real quick. Hey Blunt, hit the mute real quick, bro.
All right, my bad.
You good? Derek in the building. Big shout out to you, bro.
Hit the like
Subscribe to
button,
the
hit the
channel.
subscribe button.
Subscribe to that channel, bro. He said, don't you think White should have just taken the 5 mil step aside? He would have made more in the long run.
No. Hey, he just made
let me
8.5.
take this one, Derek. Shane, I called you Derek. Let me take this one. So, Derek, you're thinking in the sense of Dillian Whyte is going to lose. He's thinking, all right, I'm about to make 8 million right now. After I knock this dude out, I'm going to Saudi for 100 plus.
Literally.
That's how he thinking. So that's where you're thinking
He
it's a
don't
little
think he's gonna lose
skewed.
this fight.
He's not thinking he's gonna lose this fight, bro. He's looking at it like I'm about to go from 8 mil to 100. That's how he looking at it.
He ain't even looking at contingencies, bro.
This
Like
is
it's all out right now. I'm going
this is
all out.
This is all out. Like, yo, I'm about to really get rich off of 2 fights. Like, I'm about to really, really be silk sheets. He might have clear silk sheets, yo. Like, it just clear. You know what I'm saying? Just literally. Be Real says, so in essence, you're saying that it is Tyson Fury's fight to lose. Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
If Tyson Fury runs,
Absolutely.
bro, there's nothing Dillian Whyte can do. If you watch Dillian Whyte versus Robert Helenius, whilst Dillian Whyte won majority of those rounds, he looked real bad in that fight. And if you think about it, Dillian Whyte hasn't fought anyone. If you look at all the dudes he's fought, Rivas, Povetkin, Parker, Chisora, all of those dudes are shorter than him. The only dude he's fought that's taller than him is AJ and Helenius, and those are his worst 2 performances, in my opinion. Worst 2 performances.
Dillian Whyte needs to have the best performance of his career, and on top of that, he needs help.
Yeah.
So, yes, to answer your question, it's Tyson Fury's fight to lose. Ricky Williams, I can agree with that. I think Fury clinch game too deep on the inside. We got to see it, bro. Make the fight. Yeah, I agree with that.
But you got to also remember, Dillian Whyte's also very physically strong. He comes in weighing at 255, so the weight advantage isn't that much. But you also have to remember the fact that Dillian Whyte's probably one of the best body punchers, if not the best body puncher at the heavyweight division, which is something that Deontay Wilder was able to exploit. So
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen Dillian Whyte really do any major digging in a while.
Oh,
I know that's what he's known for. I know that's what he's known for. But, you know, we really get down with these X's and O's. I haven't seen him really dig down to the body.
Probably the Rivas fight. Probably the Rivas fight.
I'm not even gonna say. I would say that's the last time he's done some type of body work. The last time he's done major body work was probably the Lucas Brown fight.
Oh,
he went ham.
Major body.
He went ham in that fight. Like he went ham. Like, dude ain't had no neck, no chin, no nothing. Like, it was all chest and rib shots. Brendan said, cheers.
But the reason why I said Rivas is because he went to the body with jabs a lot in the Rivas fight.
Yeah, and that's why I said I was like, but I would say outside of that one, I would say probably Rivas. Brendan, cheers, lads. Appreciate you, bro. Dwayne Sewell, Fury thinks he is a knockout artist now, so he's gonna try to ticket on him.
Stick it.
Stick it on him. But Dillian gonna love that kind of fight. Yeah, that's Dillian's fight.
That's Dillian's fight, bro. You don't go to war. People like Chisora and Dillian Whyte, you just don't go to war with those dudes. Like, just use movement. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah. English guy, Fury can get a stoppage late as Whyte fades over the distance. Fury just needs to be patient and only go to the KO if it's there.
That's a fact.
That'd be the smart thing to do.
That'd be the smart thing to do, yeah.
Dwayne Sewell, he is gonna roll in plus 280, I think.
Wow. If he does that, he's definitely not coming to move.
Yeah. That number was so high, I'm thinking you talking odds, bro.
I'd be lying if I wasn't thinking the same, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, plus 280. I'm like, man, all right. Be real. To be honest, Povetkin's only punch, if say is harder than a man the size of Fury, is his left hook. Fury's 100%. Fury 100% has enough power to KO Whyte, in my humble opinion. However, although it's possible, less likely Whyte KOs Fury.
I mean, in terms of punch power, there's no comparison between Povetkin and like Fury. Povetkin's put dudes into comas, bro. Like, Povetkin's got nasty power. You see what he done to Takam and Price, and what he done to Dillian Whyte, bro. He puts dudes are out cold.
If he lands,
doesn't do that. Like, even when he knocked out people like Schwartz and stuff like that, and Chisora, it's accumulation. Even Wilder, it was accumulation of punches. Like, he ain't putting dudes to sleep. Like, Povetkin was down and out in the Whyte fight. He was down and out. He just landed one shot. It was over. Dillian Whyte didn't take no punches before that.
Yeah, he was. Listen, that fight. I was going to war with like a lot of people over that fight, man, because they was making it seem like Povetkin was putting in work. He set up the shot. I'm like, bro, he was getting it handed to him the whole fight. Like Dillian was fighting a flawless fight until that moment.
But when you got that kind of power, you could just turn off the lights just like that, bro.
Yeah.
Dudes like Wilder, bro. When they land, bro, you wake up next week.
Yeah, for sure. English guy. I think Fury would come in lighter, but can't predict what he's gonna do. That's a fact. And I know he's been putting up training videos and things like that. You don't know when the fight is gonna be, so he got plenty of time to blow up.
I mean, what does Dillian Whyte do in this situation? If you're Dillian Whyte's coaching team, what do you do?
Me personally, Dillian Whyte usually comes in what, like 250, 255?
Yeah, between 245 and 255.
245 and 255. What I would like to do, I'm gonna give my own personal opinion, but I actually want to get Boots and his trainer, strength and conditioning coach Rob Acosta, in on this one and get his personal opinion on what steps he would take to get Dillian Whyte correct in this fight. But me personally, me not being a strength and conditioning coach, I think if he came in at 240, I think he would really do some really nice damage, because he'll be lighter on his feet to where he don't need to be moving around the ring a lot, but he does need to be stepping forward and pivoting at times. And the lighter he is, the quicker he's going to be able to do that.
And the better he might be down the stretch, because
exactly.
If you remember, it's funny you say that. It's because the lightest, one of the lighter times when Dillian Whyte actually weighed light was against Chisora. He weighed, I think, 240, 245,
240
or 242, something around that region. And he got the knockout late. You know, he was carrying that power late. When he weighed 260 against Parker, he almost got knocked out in the last round down to fatigue. When he weighed 250 something against Rivas, I think he even weighed 259 or something like that against Rivas, he almost got knocked out late as well.
No, that's true. I would say if he can come in under 245, I think that'd be great for Dillian Whyte. Let's see. Be real. Whyte needs strong legs and a little more weight. Fury gonna jab, smash, grab, and lean.
You can't really do that to someone like Dillian Whyte, because the problem with that is when you try a jab and grab, one of the biggest things you do is on your way in, you're relatively open. That's why Tyson Fury got knocked down in the third fight against Wilder. If you see, he tries to throw a punch and he's trying to grab, and Wilder was able to catch him on the way in. Dillian Whyte's probably the best fighter in the world at catching dudes on the way in. He knocked Povetkin twice on the way in. He knocked Parker down on the way in. He knocked Chisora down on the way in. Knocked Chisora out on the way in. He knocked Lucas Brown down on the way in. So he almost knocked AJ out on the way in. So when you're coming in against someone who's very good inside the pocket, it's like someone like, I can't even say a real good inside fighter, but someone who's really good on the inside. I wouldn't suggest the grab game personally.
He's gonna do it. Like, trust me, he's gonna do it. But here's my thing. Dillian Whyte, he fights in clinches. Now what he was doing in the first Povetkin fight, which leads me to believe he may not do this against Fury. Whenever Povetkin got close, he knew that was his best chance of landing shots. So what he was doing, he'd lean into him with the shoulder, and then he'll give him the push. He'll give him a little nudge, and then he'll take his full step back. So that's what he was doing against Povetkin. Now, whether he would try that against Fury, I don't know. But more times than not, he usually punches during the clinches and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how Dillian Whyte actually plays that going forward.
I agree with you though. I agree with you when you said 240. I wouldn't say maybe that low, but I'd say around 245, just in case Tyson Fury does decide to move. Not even so, you will never have the footwork of Tyson Fury, but it's almost at least gives you a chance to work down the stretch, so you can almost wear him down. If it's a case of Tyson Fury moving, you're gonna have to invest in body work from early. You have to. So down the stretch, you have something in the bank.
And the thing is, Fury gives you the body. He gives it to you. But the thing is, though, he can't be like Wilder. Wilder, like he was telegraphing the shots. No feints, no jabs up top, nothing. He came into the first round and was like, for the first 2 minutes, I'm throwing all body shots and I'm not gonna hide it. That's how he was, that's how he was throwing it. And you can't do that with a guy like Tyson Fury. It took him a minute to dissect it, and then he just started countering over the top.
Literally.
So Dillian Whyte can't do that, but I think Dillian Whyte is more technically sound.
If he gives you the body though, you have to take it. Like one of these things that Jeff said this before the last fight with Wilder and Fury, and he said, don't be trying to pick what you hit anything, just hit what you can hit. Like these dudes you fight Tyson Fury, they do this thing where they try to hit his head so much that they just end up looking sloppy. Just take what you can hit. If you can hit the shoulders, if you can hit the arms, if you can hit the stomach, the chest, whatever you can hit, just hit it. You hit the back of the head, anything you can hit, just hit it. Don't worry about trying to just go for headshots. Just hit anything.
Yeah, he and a lot of times, and you see this with smaller fighters. I want to see if Dillian can actually implement this. The good smaller fighters, they throw the head shots because they want to complete the combo with the body shots. If Dillian Whyte goes in with that mentality, he has a shot. Because that looping shot over the top, Tyson Fury is going to try to do something with his shoulders or his head to try to dodge it, but he leaves his body completely open. So he could throw that looping shot over the top, and he can rip 2 shots to the body and be fine and smother the work, and he'll be fine. Because Fury's not really throwing he's not throwing no real uppercuts neither. He will, but he don't throw them on a consistent basis. It's an interesting chess match.
You out with it either. Like personally, I'm not worried about anything Tyson Fury throws. There's nothing. If I'm dealing with, I'm like, bro, I'm going in there and I'm trying to land punches where it counts, where the judges can go, that's a scoring shot. And also, it can potentially prevent Tyson Fury from using movement later in the fight. You don't want Tyson Fury moving for 12 rounds, bro.
No, that's a fact. Brendan Jackson said Fury is going to kick White's ass. He might. It might happen. Be real. White needs strong legs and a little more weight.
Yeah, you read that comment.
Yeah, I think he posted it twice.
Yeah.
Be real. I'd like him at 250. That's probably the max, but that's
That I
usually
wouldn't want. I mean,
I would
250
say
the high. I think it's a little bit high because if Fury moves, just in case Fury moves, you don't want to be too heavy.
yeah, that 240 to 245 is it for me. True, he has got a badass uppercut. Yeah, he said White. He said LOL. Dude, that's exactly what Wilder did for 2 minutes. Yeah, that's what we said, but he telegraphed it. He telegraphed it. Like, yeah.
Every punch roll.
Yeah, like B Real said, guy with the hoodie would make a good advisor to fighters, no cap. Oh man, you come in giving out compliments to Shane. That's what's up.
I mean, but you just personally, if you're, let's go back to the original subject, which is Tyson Fury and Frank Warren winning the first bid.
Right.
What do you do if you're Eddie Hearn right now?
He can't really do nothing. Like he just got to ride the situation. He got to hope Dillian Whyte wins the fight. That's it. He's got to hope Dillian Whyte wins the fight. Like that's really it's nothing else. It's nothing else for him to do. If Dillian Whyte wins the fight, none of this stuff matters. Mm-hmm. Eddie Hearn just goes back to business as usual, and actually, he really controls everything at this point. He could literally, because yes, unification trumps mandatory and all of that. But if Dillian Whyte beats Fury, he doesn't technically have to fight Usyk. He technically doesn't have to fight Usyk. Yeah. Like if AJ loses to Usyk in the second fight, Eddie Hearn could literally be like, you know what? I'm still giving Dillian Whyte AJ. I don't care if he lost, and it's gonna sell out.
Yeah,
it's gonna sell out. All he can do is just hope that Dillian Whyte wins the fight, man. Like that's it. Burt Wood, G5, Nui versus Donaire 2, said he's moving up to 122. That I love that fight, man. I love that fight, man. Nonito Donaire is on one of the best runs I've seen in a while, man, off a guy coming off a loss, man. Like he's kind of, I don't even want to say he's reinvented himself. What he's actually done is kind of got back to the old Donaire. Compact shots. He's finishing combos off with the body shots. That's what got him to knock out over O'Bali. He went up top. But he was doing it all fight, though. He was going up top. He was finishing off with the body work. So
and then he landed a mean body shot against Gabbard.
Yeah, Nui a problem though, man. I don't know. He's a problem. He's definitely
a different type of problem.
Yeah, different type of problem, man. But go ahead, bro.
Now I was gonna ask you because I'm still kind of in shock that the bid was 42 million. In situations like this, and I don't know because there's never been a purse bid of this magnitude, but I'm almost in a situation where, as the person who's advising Tyson Fury, like you remember Tyson Fury didn't want to fight. I'm still caught up on why they didn't pay 10 million in the first place. That's what I don't understand.
Right. So basically, when you think of it that way, you got to think about what was the total number, period. That's where I go to. What was the total number, period? Because I think they had a problem with the total number, not necessarily. Well, of course, for them, I mean, 80%. Yeah, of course they're gonna take that. But I think part of that is, I think if you told, this is the type of person Fury is, in my personal opinion. You could tell with Fury, he doesn't like the easy way or the traditional way to do things. Like, he's the type of person you can be like, yo, go to the corner store and go grab me a sandwich. And the corner store is like 2 blocks away. He's the type of person that'll walk around the other way through the dangerous block, go knock on somebody else's house door and all this other stuff before he gets to the store. He always got to find a way to make something just difficult. Nothing can be smooth for him. So I said that to say, like, I just think any negotiation with Tyson Fury is just gonna be murky. Like, it's just gonna be real murky. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I can really come up with is that total amount, and just he just wanted to make things difficult.
You know what's funny? Frank Warren has always said about Eddie Hearn is as a criticism. He always says Eddie Hearn can't get Dillian Whyte a title shot. He's failed to get Dillian Whyte a title shot. He always keeps saying it. He uses it over and over again. Dillian Whyte, you can't get him a title shot. Isn't it ironic that the first title shot that he's getting is from Frank Warren? That is just funny to me. That is just so ironic.
If you get in that press conference, I be telling you to, use tact. That's one I don't want you to use tact on.
Bro. Anybody, bro, I'm literally gonna pull out all the stops. I have a few people who I know who definitely will be there, and I have a few people who I know who I'm gonna be begging, get me into that press conference, bro. I need to get into that press conference. Trust me.
How close you can get, I don't know, but as long as you're in the building,
bro,
that's all that matters.
To me, bro, it doesn't I'm a person when I went to my last press conference for you, they put us right at the back, bro. I just come early and I sit up right at the front. I wait until they tell me to move. Majority of the time, they don't tell me to move. They don't check my seating plan. I just move right to the front. I don't even care, bro. I don't care. Move right to the front.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll get that opportunity, man. Be real. He said, okay, gotta run. Nice stream, boys. Be real, appreciate you. No, we can ready to get up out of here, bro. Listen, man, hour and 11 minutes strong. But this was breaking news, man. We definitely had to come through and bless y'all with a quick one. You know what I'm saying? YSM, I don't know. I seen your message. I responded a little late.
What did he
apologize.
Say?
No, he wanted to jump in. He probably out here in these streets. Yeah, he was. I seen it, but we was just chopping. We was chopping up. So that's my fault. But we got fights tomorrow, man. But pretty much for the rest of the day, we're gonna be talking Frank Moneybags Warren out here. 41 million strong. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, he must have spent his pension money on that.
He definitely got the
Social Security or something.
Pension money, the Social Security. Man, he might have got a couple of his fighters' Social Securities on the low. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
number one grinder.
The fact we're finally seeing that fight happen. And bro, who do you think wins the press conference?
Ooh, I'm not betting against Fury in the press conference.
Nah, I'm betting against Fury if it's against Chisora.
Yeah, I'm not betting against Fury in a press conference.
If it's against Chisora, I'll bet against
Fury. Number one grinder in the building, man. What's going on with you, good brother? Burt Wood, G5, Nui, on interview said after Donito Donaire 2 fights. Said he's moving up to 122. Yeah, I mean, listen, I want to see a Nui go up as far as he possibly can, to be honest with you.
I'm so excited, bro. I don't think you understand that. Yeah. I want to see. I'm more excited about the press conference than the action I'm live.
Yeah.
I'm just excited about everything.
Yeah, for sure. But we're gonna get up out of here, man. Big shout out to Boxing First Vlog for tapping in. I know he out here in these streets moving around. Go follow his YouTube channel, man. Go subscribe. Definitely go check his articles out. G5JeffTV.com. He's also on Google News. Check his articles out. VP, give him your social media, bro.
I_I'm seeing the number one. Still surviving in these streets, man.
Absolutely, man. I'm all over the place, man. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, G5JeffTV, website, G5JeffTV.com. Please join the Boxing Prediction Fantasy League. It will be updated probably this weekend or the end of the weekend, probably. And it's going to be a bunch of fights on there, around 8 to 10, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely get on there. $550 for the winner of the league. It's a cash prize just for that particular day, which we will announce at the beginning of next week. And it's absolutely free. So why not chop it up with your boys? At the end of the day, number one grind, they said Fury wins. I do believe that. Hold on. He said great boxing talk. Appreciate you, good bro. Listen, We got fights this weekend. I don't know if we're gonna go live or whatever the case may be. I'm not sure. Follow us on social media. We'll keep you tapped in, keep you posted, man. But on behalf of Boxing First Vlog, aka the General, aka Blunt, aka Blunt Bayless, my man VP Shane, your boy G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. On behalf of the staff, we appreciate y'all.